So you're awakened the next morning, very, very early. Definitely still the gray light of dawn as you head out.
So we follow Suki.
All right. So still very gray light at this point. She brings you down a well-worn path, and you start following it into the heart of the jungle. And one of the things that strikes you guys immediately is how quickly the village or the town disappears behind you. You take a turn and you feel like you are miles away from civilization, even though you know just back around the corner there's a bustling town.
This place is amazing.
As she guides you down, she helps you avoid different things. She shows you like places where snakes are hiding next to the path. She even shows you a trick where she takes a scarf and holds it in front of a bush, and a snake jumps through the scarf. She's like, that could be fun. Don't let them bite you, though. You might die. So, okay. Let's avoid those.
Are any of the herbs capable of curing poison?
She kind of thumbs through some of the things. She's like, well, this one is, and this one's pretty common, but it's more about getting it out. So, but the best method of dealing with poison is to not have to deal with it by not getting bitten. So let's do that.
Yeah, that's real helpful advice, Suki.
So
Suka.
Understood.
Suka.
Now, if we happen to get poisoned, understanding that we want to avoid it, what should we do?
Well, you want to draw the poison out.
How?
Well, you suck on it.
Okay.
And then, and she kind of reaches over and grabs like a few different herbs. And you guys, I won't make you roll nature checks again. You're starting to recognize stuff, and these are pretty common herbs. And she's like, this helps a lot. You put this on it, and it helps the swelling go down and can help you not die. So that's a good thing.
Okay.
Right. On to the pyramid. Hey.
On to the pyramid.
I like this place. It has a sort of dangerous allure to it.
Have we lost him in the underbrush yet?
Right. It's got a real predator vibe here.
There's a lot of predators.
It's practically Predator 2.
Oh.
I can help.
Hey, Baron, I'm starting to really like this guy, the little guy down here. This little guy down here, I'm starting to like this little guy. He knows about Glover, right? Yeah, this guy knows.
He makes gloves?
Yeah, that's exactly right. Baron, this guy, right? Emerald. Ugh.
How are your characters feeling being in this place that's so far away?
I love being out here. I never liked the city.
I'm used to wandering, so I'm fine with it.
We're very used to being in places that make no sense or that is dangerous, so we seem pretty comfortable.
All right.
I think, at least for Gragnold and Bairden, we grew up in mountainous, foresty terrain, so this is different for sure. But the idea of being outside still is so much more comforting than being inside or in crowds. This is a little more familiar in some senses.
Awesome. So as you guys wander along, you start to get used to the heat, and Zuka keeps pointing out really interesting things to you that she thinks that you might like. So, at one point, she points out like a trail of those ants that she was telling you to watch out for, and then you get one place and she goes, shh, shh. And she kind of points ahead, and in a little clearing of a tree. Go ahead, everybody, make a perception check with advantage because she's pointing it out to you.
Oh. Jesus. Great. Great. So I'm the only one who's missing this.
Well, actually, seeing as the stealth was 21 of this creature,
Whoa.
Yep, that's Predator.
she
Yes,
gets.
it is a predator.
Suka kind of looks at you guys and says, keep your eyes right there.
Right where?
She points, and you're able to see where she's pointing, but you don't see anything. And then she throws this stone, and suddenly you see this creature, quickly scurrying by. It's gone in an instant, but in that instant, you see something that looks rabbit-like, but has a horn.
Does it have fangs?
Well, it has teeth.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Look at the bones.
For certain death awaits ye with nasty big pointy teeth.
and take a drink for the Monty Python reference.
Right, that's right.
So the certain death that awaits us with nasty big pointy teeth. What?
Well, that's not it. Those are just kind of cute.
We have very different definitions of the term cute.
You guys make it through the rest of the day without too much incident. At one point, as it's getting close to sundown after the rains have happened, you guys all had to come on to kind of deal with that. You're getting close to, oh, look. And you all look up and you see these winged creatures with fur and tails flying around.
Poppy fields? What are these?
Well, so they're the flying monkeys.
Oh my god.
They're harmless. They eat vegetation.
Uh-huh. And small girls from Midwestern towns.
Right.
I don't know what that is.
Neither do I.
All right, so as you guys get ready to rest for the night, so Emerald, are you going to offer to sit watch since you would just have to meditate, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think real quick, Dick sort of looks at Marty, who's sort of extended to the shoulder a little bit because of Dick constantly being like, you quit talking right in my ear. This is frustrating. And Dick sort of says,
Hey, Marty, those look just like...
and then, Marty's like, yeah, Dick, look, I get it. I get the references, but I'm kind of worried. I'm sort of tired of all these movie references.
You're no fun.
So as you guys start to set up camp, Suka has pointed out a place to stay, where to hang up your hammocks. Just like, all right, I'm going to go get food. Don't wander off. Stay right here. I'll be right back. And how she mentioned that she could be back to the town in 2 days. You see her suddenly just climb straight up a tree, going right up into the top canopy and swinging around from tree to tree. She kind of gets out of sight really quickly. And then about 20 minutes later, she comes back and she's got she's got bananas and she's got some other like mushrooms and things, and just like all kinds of vegetables for you guys to eat. There's dinner.
Okay, well that's good.
And she peels back a banana and starts eating it. So what do you guys think?
I do the same.
I'll also peel a banana before eating it.
yeah, thanks for the food. This is great.
Yeah, these are delicious. You found a whole cart of food up there.
Well, like I said, it's not hard. There's lots of food around. The rations are kind of redundant.
Okay. Well, we were told to be redundant.
Oh, that's true. Redundancy can be good. I don't know. So, why are you guys out here?
We were told.
That works.
I think some of us are questing for glory, some for gold, but mostly we're looking for a round dragon stone thing.
Yeah. Hold
Oh,
on.
a pyramid. That's right, a pyramid. I was paying attention.
Yes. She sees something and she kind of wanders off into the bush. She comes back carrying a small dart.
That's not it.
No, this
It's
is
much
trouble.
bigger than that.
It's also round.
You look worried.
I was hoping we wouldn't have to run into these guys. Hopefully we won't. Hopefully that they've passed. There's these frog people. They're slavers. They cause a lot of problems.
Okay,
Dog people,
slavers
cat
tend to do
people,
that.
frog people. What's next?
Well, if we come across any, they're different colors. So you're going to see there's ones that are going to be all one color. It depends on the tribe what color they are. But usually a group of slavers will have one or two that are different colors than everybody else. Target those ones.
Okay. All right. And the dart? What's the significance of the dart?
It's one of the weapons they use.
Okay. It's not particularly damaging, so am I to assume it's poisoned?
Oh, yeah. They're... Oh, you guys aren't from here. That's right. All the frogs are poisonous.
Ah,
Don't touch the frogs.
so their skin is
eating
poison.
them-
Eating is bad. Touching is bad. Before they throw these, they usually just get them touched on their skin and then fling them off. They have smaller cousins that are somewhere. I can maybe find one if you want to see it.
I
Are
believe
they-
you.
Suka, how is it that you know so much about the jungle here?
I grew up here. I'm from here.
This seems like a pretty dangerous place to grow up.
Well, I mean, yeah, if you're not prepared for it. I mean, the humans don't do very well in the actual jungle. It's why it's mostly tabaxi. There's the dwarves some of the dwarves that live in the jungle. They do okay. But there's a lot of dangers. And one of the things I've noticed, like, my people, we like to explore. We're really open, we just love new things. But we understand there's certain places you don't go. Humans don't seem to get that. They just think they can go wherever, and they don't believe us, so...
Yeah, that sounds real good. Suka, look, listen. Kind of wanted to catch your ear a little. Do you happen to know anything about the type of magic or people that may or may not be in this pyramid?
Oh, you asked... yeah. Well, remember how I was just saying that there's places we don't go?
Yeah.
Yeah, the pyramid's a place we don't go.
And
Let's
yet you
just
willingly
say-
take us there.
Well, I'll take you there. I'm not going there. I'll show you right where it is. I'll take you right up to where you see it, and you can get to it, and that's all I need to do.
Why don't you go there?
Well, it's forbidden, and people get captured and don't ever come back. There's these really creepy-looking things that sometimes are around there.
Describe creepy.
Okay, I've never seen one myself. This is only the legends stuff, and I don't know if I believe it, but it's creepy enough that I don't want to find out for myself. They talk about people that are gigantic, but not fully people. They have heads and arms, but no legs.
Okay.
How do they walk around?
They slither.
Weird.
So, like snakes?
Kind of.
Okay.
Yeah. Like I said, I've never seen one before, but they're... That's why we're told don't go there. Those things live there, so we don't.
I might think that was creepy, but I've been hanging out with an old man with a little boy in his shoulder.
Hey, good.
Good observation.
Good one,
Greg.
Reginald.
Yeah, understandable, Marty. Quit trying to get on Gragnold's good side. I'm just saying, I think he's funny.
Oh, I think you're kind of funny.
Hey, thanks. All right, just knock it off. Hey, by any chance, do these slithering creatures have snakes for hair?
I've never seen that.
Good.
Have you heard of it? Because we've established you haven't seen any of it.
Oh, Well, no, I'm sorry. I should say, and I haven't been told any stories about someone with snake. Heard of a multi-snaked head, like a head with a lot of snakes, but not. They didn't say that the head was hair of snakes.
Okay.
Those
Dick,
all
what are you
sound
thinking
great.
this is?
Hmm?
Dick, what do you think this is?
Say that one more time.
What do you think this is?
Well, look, I don't know too much about your world, but I've been around, and there are things that called Medusas that have existed in lore that tend to have this horrifying ability to petrify you and turn you to stone. But I'm sure you'll be fine.
Uh-huh. How do we defend against that?
Yeah, well, look, I'm not too sure. Let's just say don't look at it directly if it happens to be the case.
So we have to not look at an enemy we're fighting.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's just the way it goes. Hey, Dick, that was really nice of you to kind of let him know. Marty, swear to God.
You guys can all make a history check if you want to see if you know what these creatures are.
Nope.
You did not pay attention in history class.
Holy shitballs.
Oh,
Fitting.
Gragnold, I don't think you know a lot about history.
Right.
If it was written in stone, I might.
All right.
Gradnold, you've got a lot of strengths, Gradnold. It's just you don't have to be good at everything, right?
Most
So-
of my strengths are right here.
Oh boy, ooh, that's strong.
Dick, one of the
I
things
like
that you
him.
did when you arrived at this place is you were able to find a library, and though it didn't really have a lot of books in it by your standards, they had a few, and you looked through them. And one of the things that did catch your eye and kind of stand out to you was this is a legend, actually, of these snake people called Yuan-ti.
And
And-
what did I learn about the Yuan-ti?
You learned that they were a creation by people who worshipped a snake god. And their drive is to make more of themselves.
That's my drive too.
Yeah, name a biological creature that doesn't have that imperative.
Mules.
Let's see.
Say what?
Mules.
Oh, really?
Mules don't? Oh.
I guess okay.
Pandas.
That's yeah, maybe. So they're driven to procreate.
No, not procreate.
Oh,
They're not born. They're created.
You said they're driven to create more of
More of
themselves,
themselves.
so they have some form of procreation, whether it be asexual or it could just, or
Hold
So do
Sounds
I
more
know?
like co-creation.
Repurposing of bodies.
oh, okay. And do I know anything about? Did I learn anything about their god, the snake god?
That was the part you were the most interested in.
Yeah.
It didn't give very much information, but it did tell you that it was seen as a god of the earth and of creation. And so it's very deeply tied to places of wild nature. So fitting in this jungle that you would be connected with this god. It's a very prideful god, and one that the original people who created the Yuan-ti wanted to make happy, and so they're trying to find this perfect balance of the utility of being human with the power of being a snake.
Okay. Okay. Do they have consciousness? Like, do they have their own perceptions? Do I know that?
It wouldn't have that much kind of information.
All right.
And now the big question: do you share that information with the group?
Emerald? What are you doing right now?
Well, I'm trying to keep an eye out for anything suspicious, given I'm basically on watch.
You're kind of distracted. Okay. Maybe. What is Baradin? What are you doing right now?
Baradin's eating. He's hanging out by the tree.
All right.
He's having his third banana.
Megan, do I know anything about the behavior of these Yuan-ti as far as like where they might be found, if they wander in the woods or if they're more around structures? Or...
From the description of their god, you would guess that maybe subterranean.
Subterranean. All right. So maybe I'll sort of, I sort of, maybe it just occurs to me, not Medusa, sort of occurring to me that I'm sort of thinking it's the Yuan-ti. And so I look over at sort of at Baradin, and so I just kind of wander over, and I'm Dick, and I sort of,
oh, sweet Baradin, you, you're my man, dog. Hey, just a little word in your little tiny sweet little ears. Keep your eyes on the ground as we're going through here.
He's close enough to it.
I feel like you may be at a disadvantage.
Yeah, I mean, Baradin, I think it might be a good idea. In fact, if you wanted, we could maybe even give you a piggyback.
Oh, for God's sakes, Marty! I'm already dealing with two heads.
Oh, why? What's on the ground?
Look, I'm not saying worry about it too much. I'm just saying keep your eyes down.
Done and done. Baradin is now eating his banana, looking at the ground, right by his feet.
Holy, you're eating Mr. Poopy Butthole?
Ooh-wee.
Ooh-wee.
Why are you eating Mr. Poopy Butthole?
Did that happen?
Yeah. Remember the copyright spell. So, like Mr. Anus is that Dr. Anus, maybe is where we go.
Yes. Yes, the great curse of the copyright that is forever plaguing Dick.
Right.
Copyright infringement. A cantrip.
Yeah.
I'm gonna add that to your spell list.
Yeah.
The next level 1 spell you need is satire. It's a good dodge.
It's not as good as parody, but it's there. There.
Baradin continues to look at the ground, seeming to be perfectly entertained by the dirt around him as he's eating his banana. And he says, "You're right, Dick. This is great."
Oh, sweet little Baradin. What is so sweet, that sweet little boy.
So, as you guys rest through the night, Zuka stays up with you for a while, Emerald, kind of pointing out what some of the different sounds are. So let's say I'm like, okay, see, do you hear those cawings?
Yes.
That's good. If that goes quiet, wake me up.
Okay.
If things go quiet, that's usually when things are getting bad. But as long as it's really noisy, for the most part, it's okay. So we've marked the territory around here, so probably nothing's going to come this way.
Marked the territory?
Oh, I peed everywhere.
Ah.
Sorry.
Oh,
Did I do that?
So did I.
I like the way you roll, honey.
Well, I mean, other big cats might want to come to this area, but your smell should be enough to keep them away. I would normally say let's light a fire as well, but seeing as the slavers are around, I don't want to attract them to us. So, all right. Enjoy the stars. She points up through a hole in the canopy, and you can just see, like, even though the night sky in this setting is always much, more vivid than it is here with all the lights, it's even just more striking with the fact that there is no light down on the floor with you. That you can see just these bright, beautiful stars shining in. You also With you're studying at the temple, where you were studying nature and things. So your study of the stars tells you you're really far away. Like, you figured that out with the change in climate and things, but you're easily hundreds of miles from where you started.
Huh.
Not in the jungle, but I mean, like, your home, where you guys originated from.
Right. Huh. Okay, that's odd. Good to know. I turn to everybody, so we've gone a bit of a ways away. Don't know what good that information does you, but you should know. And
How far away is the
Why do you
pyramid?
mention it?
why am I mentioning it? Just so we can orient ourselves.
Hmm. Do you know much more about it?
I know we're a couple 100 miles away. Other than that, do I know which direction that we've gone in?
South.
South. Okay, we've gone several 100 miles south. Yeah, you ponder that, Dick. You think on it for a while.
Yeah.
Uh,
Will do.
So eventually, Suka goes to bed, and you carry out your watch in your meditation.
Yup.
The forest stays pretty noisy. I mean, you hear some larger creatures making their way through the canopy, but it doesn't seem to be enough to disturb the sounds of any of the other creatures around you. The sun starts to come up, and everyone starts to rise, getting ready to start a new day.
I like these
Okay.
hammock things, Gragnold. They're very comfy.
I prefer the floor.
I dare you.
What's in it for me?
My respect.
All right.
Oh boy. So, Gerdold, are you picking a certain place to lay down, or are you just going to lay down with everything you got on you?
Everything I have on me is like a loincloth and some scimitars. So I'll probably take the scimitars off.
What about all the herbs you've been collecting? And
I'm gonna sort of use whatever knowledge of nature I've picked up. Maybe I'll take some of those poison berries and kind of smash them in a circle around me. Try to make
Okay.
a barrier so the ants don't.
a berry barrier.
A
Very.
barrier.
Weirdly smart for Graham.
Can I
So
roll
Gra-
a survival check?
Sure.
While he does that, if I refresh the because I can't see Baradin and I want to be able to see him, if I refresh the page, is that going to throw me out of the game? Or
No, well, for a second, but it will be fine.
all right,
All right, so you smash the berries around and you lay down. And sure enough, like, you're kind of looking around and you can see some of the ants kind of coming, and like they kind of come to the berry barrier and are making their way across. What you failed to notice, though, is as you were laying down, your hand kind of mushed some of it. And so there's this pathway, and some of them start coming in and start biting at you. And
I'm also gonna instinctively lick my fingers because I smashed the berries. And like,
Oh.
oh, look out, guys! Here it comes.
all right, go ahead, do a Constitution saving throw advantage because you're a dwarf.
how tall is Gragnold again?
Oh. My
Oh, so you suck on
Ooh.
your fingers and you taste this berry juice. And then you remember, you just immediately choo. Seems to be okay. But as you're lying there, the ants do start to come up and they start biting on your fingers. What are you doing with that?
I'll also eat them.
Okay.
The Tabaxi said these could be eaten. Come at me.
You guys remember that one scene
What?
from the
Oh.
cartoon version of The Jungle Book where Baloo is trying to tell Mowgli how to eat the prickly pear with the paws?
Sure.
Yes.
Don't pick the paw with the big paw. So something.
What is it?
Yeah.
If you eat the prickly pear,
Yeah, I
use a
can't remember it.
paw. If you don't have something, use a claw.
That sounds
Oh.
right.
That's pretty close.
Yeah.
When you look under the rocks and plants and take a look at the fancy ants and maybe try a few. Golly,
Oh,
thanks, Baloo.
wow, that was weirdly impressive.
Wow.
This is my Aspie superpower.
That song is stuck.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I'm gonna do a perception check.
No,
My
I
former
remember.
one was
I remember
musicals, but-
movie and TV lines with weird accuracy.
That's pretty impressive there.
All right. So you're able to start eating the ants, but they're like crawling. Like as you're eating them, they're crawling in your mouth and biting at you. Just give me a straight Constitution check. All right. So as you just kind of can't stand it anymore, it's like they're creepy crawling all over you, and eventually just stand up like, because they're biting you in the mouth, on the cheeks, all over the place. Suka was helping kind of clean things up and notices this and goes, and she grabs like a handful of some leaves and kind of mushes them up really quickly and just starts, come here, and she starts rubbing you down like across your face and like down your back and everything. And it's like, don't get the ants on you. Not gonna be able-
I was doing it for respect.
Was it worth it?
I don't know. Ask him. Emerald.
Well, was it worth it?
I think so. And Gregnold sort of stares at Emerald for a sign of whether he gained his respect.
My pity, really.
Those are gonna sting. And Gerdold, by the way, you took 2 points of piercing damage from ant bites.
Are you still talking correctly? Because I would think that the inside of your mouth is swelling just a little bit.
That it might be.
Gragnol is going to be talking a little funny because his tongue and cheeks are swelling.
I don't know if I can do that, but I'll try.
All right, so as you guys pack up, you start heading out. And then, again, kind of making your way through. It's a very nice day. Hot, as the other days have been.
Just as humid.
Just as humid. You're feeling gross.
So we're using our machetes to cut through the air.
Pretty much.
It's dimensional door humid.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let me look at something. Okay. Is the weather right now? So you said it's a nice day. So is the weather right now? Is it in any way impairing our journey? Like, are we having to drink more water because of it, to the point that might be a concern?
You guys are definitely drinking a lot of water. But one of the things you're noticing, you're not actually having to pee a lot because you're all sweating so much too. So
Okay. And
but-
we each have like 2 canteens basically.
mhm.
Three.
We have 3 canteens each. And so like typically how much would that get, how long would that get us?
One canteen typically is enough for a day. You guys are finding that you're 2 and starting to sip on the 3rd by the time you stop for water.
Okay, so are we gonna? Is it kind of a thing where we readily can find streams?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's,
all right.
you're in a rainforest, so
We just have
Okay.
to use the herbs to make sure we don't get sick from the water, right?
yep.
Yep.
Yeah. As long as you have the herbs, and you don't need that in every single canteen. As long as you have the first canteen of the day has the herbs mixed into it, you're fine.
Okay. Okay.
So it's helping you guys.
And the heat is bearable.
Ish. Yeah. It's if you were to be standing in the direct sunlight, you don't think you'd last very long, but kind of moving
Okay.
along, sipping. And Suka's keeping you guys at a pace that's not. She's not pushing you guys. You guys are more strolling through the woods. You're
Okay.
moving slower than you would normally, but that's more due to the heat, so you don't have heat exhaustion.
Okay. And we're largely under the canopy.
Yep.
Got it. Okay.
As we're traveling along, Baradin is telling stories of past adventures and also past times hanging out with the tribe. They vary in interest, from very interesting to very boring. And Baradin tells them all with an equal level of excitement and enthusiasm.
Do a performance check. You guys Baird is a really good storyteller. Even when you can tell bad story, it's really entertaining. Like this, you're glad that he's along with you. He's making this kind of pleasant.
Hey, Baron, I love that part where the pie happened.
Right? You never even saw it coming.
As you're walking along, you see Suka kind of suddenly put her hands out and do the little fist thing.
She holds her hands up.
She's holding her hand, like the signal she said to be stop moving and be quiet.
Oh. I actually try and hide as much as I can.
Baradin looks at the ground.
Yeah. I start to climb a tree. That's what I start to do.
All right, go ahead and make an acrobatics check.
Marty, we got to get the hell out of here.
Let's see. Hold on. Where is my... Oh, there it is.
Stop moving so you climb a tree.
Yeah, I'm super paranoid about some Yanti. Let's see. Well, you said athletic check?
Acrobatics.
Acrobatics. All right.
All right.
Oh.
So as Suka gives a signal to be quiet, suddenly you hear this tree going shh, shh, and you see Dick kind of half hanging onto one of the branches, trying to pull himself up. And then you hear...
Oh, son of a monkey.
And let me move you guys over.
Crap.
From... Oops. Around this path, you suddenly see these frog people emerge.
Oh.
Frog people, frog.
And you see that they have these short bows and arrows. Some of them have darts. And they're all looking at you. And you see Suka going... And that's where we'll wrap up for tonight.
All right.
Damn it.
I know we still have 15 minutes, but combat would take us way more than 15 minutes to get through. So we will start off with rolling for initiative next time.
Oh, damn.
All right. And before we sign off to the stream, I want to let people know our next stream date is... Someone have that in my planner somewhere. There's my planner.
Was it October something?
It's October something.
October 8th.
October 8th.
October 8th is in my calendar too.
Yep. So
Okay.
October 8th, 12-ish Eastern, going to about 5-ish Eastern. Right here. I will be putting the videos up on YouTube. So we are obviously cussing and just not filtering ourselves for the live stream. I will try to
We'll bleep it.
bleep it for the YouTube series.
We'll bleep it.
So those will be coming out. So if you enjoy this and want to watch it with your kids, explore that, and are worried about the cuss words, those will be bleeped out on the YouTube.
And thanks,
videos.
teacher and gamer. I love an active chat, even if it's only one person.
That's awesome. And thank you for watching the chat and interacting. I could not watch the chat and watch the stream and DM because, oh my god, it's a lot.
Understandable.
Oh, because you mean you have a limited attention span? Oh my god.
Yeah, who'd have thought?
You have to actually balance out where you can put your attention and energy and focus.
I mean, I try to drive as much anxiety into my life as possible so I can get as much done as possible, but it does have a burnout limit.
Well, that's just getting in character for Suka, right?
Yes.
And for Fizzbang the Magnificent.
Yeah.
Fizzbang's wonderful.
Thanks, teacher and gamer. Tell other people.
Hey, let's do something real quick. Let me get a screenshot of all. Hang on. So just happy faces or whatever. We ready? All right. 1, 2, 3. All right. Cool.
Awesome. All right, I'm gonna.
Is this
end
based
the
in Chult?
stream.
I think our GM would have to answer that.
I knew Tomb of Annihilation was coming out, so I decided that I was going to base it in a Chult-like atmosphere, so I could gain inspiration from that because zombie dinosaurs. Come on.
Seriously?
Ooh.
Zombie dinosaurs. Who doesn't want zombie dinosaurs?
I want zombie dinosaurs.
Exactly. So
That sounds pretty awesome and horrible.
Zombosaurs?
yes.
Undeadosaurs.
Undeadosaurs. Undeadosaurus
Necrosaurs.
Rex.
Necrosaurus
Clever
Rex.
girl.
Oh,
Yeah. So, yeah, that's why I based the campaign here.
that's awesome.
And you
I
guys can
hope
see
there's
here.
a door we have to go through that says didn't say the magic word.
I think that's going to be every door.
Quick test. Raphael, what was the name of the guy, the hacker who tried to in Jurassic Park who tried to take the embryos? Who was saying didn't say the magic word?
Oh, Nedley?
Bam. I think it was Nedley, wasn't it?
Yeah, played by Wayne
Ooh,
Knight.
Yeah, that's right. It was Nedley. Awesome.
See, I can't do all the name things. All
I'm
right,
gonna
end the
enjoy.
stream.
I'm gonna